everyone, welcome back to another video. And if you're new here, hello, my name is Choua, and on this channel I do videos about my lifestyle, beauty, food, and health. We're just gonna be doing a get ready with me Q&A. I just thought that this would be kind of a fun and chill video where I just do my makeup with y'all and I just answer some questions. So I am going to be using a lot of my Project Pan and Project 10 uses makeup to create a look today. I'm not sure what I'm going to be doing yet, but we shall see what we come up with. I'm just gonna put a little bit of lip balm on because my lips are really chapped, really dry. So I'm just gonna go ahead and put some lip balm on. That feels so much better. Oh my gosh. Where are my hair clips? See, the thing about having curtain bangs that grow out is that they're just all over the place for the most part. So gotta tame them and put them back. I know people are supposed to put clips like this, but my hair is too thick for that, so I have to like pin it all the way back. Yeah, okay, so before I jump into the Q&A part of this video, I just want to say that I'm sorry for not uploading last week. I did have videos planned and everything, but we got food poisoning, so I had to deal with that and also continue to work. So that is why I didn't post last week. But you know, the food poisoning is resolved now, and also there was just a lot of things I had to do for my work that was very time sensitive, I guess. Like I had a lot of deadlines and everything, so I had to, you know, prioritize that a little bit more and first, I should say. Yeah, so I had a lot of work, personal things I had to attend to. And so that's why I thought this video would hopefully make up for that, because it's going to be a longer video. That's at least how I'm looking at it, but I don't know, up to y'all on what y'all think too. But yeah, maybe I should have put on a hydrating serum or primer before I put that on. Let's just put a pump or so of this. Oh yes, okay. I'll just do on the dry areas of my face. It is towards the end of the day. I just want to let y'all know. Okay, if y'all can hear machine stuff, it's because laundry is going, and if you can hear things like gaming or dogs, it's because they're in the next room, and this place is not 100% soundproof. So if you hear everything else going on around me, I am so sorry. It's the weekend and there are things that we have to get done, and I have to get filming and everything. So I am so sorry for that. But nonetheless, we'll just keep moving and keep going. I don't know why I primed my face already when I was thinking about doing my eyes first. Should I just do my face first? Yeah, let's just do the face first since I already primed. Okay. I'm just gonna go in with my palette and just brighten up this part here. I'm pulling up the questions on my phone right now, but it's taking me a while to log in to my Google Doc right now to pull up the questions. I don't know why it does that, but it does. I have been going into the office a lot lately, so I've been wearing a lot of neutral looking eye looks, so lots of browns. I did like more of like a pinky Asian look before. So today I think I'm going to be playing with colors just because I want to be a little bit more adventurous today. Okay, so before I go in with foundations and stuff, let me just spot concealer. I don't have contacts in right now, so I'm a little blind. So I'm gonna have to scooch up to my mirror a little bit to do this. I don't have a whole lot of areas to spot conceal, but I'm just gonna, okay, I think that might be enough for spot concealing. We shall see about that. I was able to pull up my questions finally. Oh my goodness. Okay, so I just want to say that a lot of these questions are just for fun. Some of them can be a little deep, but I just wanted to do a little bit of getting to know me a little bit, chatting and whatnot. So we'll just get started on the first question. What's your most controversial food opinion? I have a lot actually. I think one of them is that, don't come for me for this, but bacon isn't all that. I feel like bacon is overrated. Don't get me wrong, there are times where I do like a nice slice of bacon, but if I had to choose bacon, Canadian ham, or breakfast sausages, I would choose breakfast sausages all the way. I think it's just, for me, bacon is just a little too salty. And when it's in certain things, it's just so overpowering to the point where I can't taste anything else except the bacon. And I think that's why, for me, bacon isn't all that for me. And also, I grew up eating a lot of bacon, and I think I just got sick of it, you know what I'm saying? What are some of your food controversies? Most controversial food opinions, I should say. Another one is that durian is a great fruit. I love durian. I think durian is so good. Honestly, I understand why people don't like it. I understand why people don't allow it in certain establishments because of the smell. And I know durian is a acquired taste, but it's so good. I love it. It's like nature's version of custard and ice cream, to me at least. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, I love durian. I wish that I could get more durian here, but it's so expensive. So that's why I'm really excited to just be able to like travel overseas to like the Southeast Asia and just get fresh durian there for a lower price, and the freshness will be so much better. I can eat it more often. Like that's probably what I'm gonna do when I travel, is I'm gonna eat all the food that I'm not able to get here in the US, or that's super overpriced and not as good quality. That's probably what I'm going to do when I travel. Also, I'm also really tired today. It's just been a load of things going on. So if I'm a little low spirited or low energy, it's just because of that. Not always giddy and everything, and I'm sorry. And honestly, this week is supposed to be a really busy week for me too when it comes to work and everything. And I just need a long break from everything. I just want to break and just do what I want to do, which is sit here, play with makeup. I still need to do my spring declutter. I still need to do my beauty reset day. I haven't done that yet, just because I am so tired from working the whole weekdays that when it's the weekends, I take my time to just rest and recoup for the next week of work. And we also have things that we are personally like attending to. For example, our garden, all of that. So I just haven't had time to sit down and just clean my space and declutter a lot of things I've been wanting to declutter, and transition my spring and summer clothes and put away my fall and winter clothes. So I need to do that. I just don't know when I'm going to, is the problem. Yeah, so I'm sorry for not being able to post a whole lot. I am planning on posting as much as I can. I don't have set days of when I can post. I'm just gonna post once a week or try to at least. So that could be beginning of the week, end of the week. I need to get some of this work stuff situated before I can come back to focusing on content stuff a little bit more. But don't worry, I am here. If you want to see more of me, you can follow me on my Instagram. That's where I post my makeup looks and everything when I am not posting on YouTube. So there's that if you want to take a look and follow me there for more content. Okay, what's next? What's the weirdest thing you believed as a kid? I don't think I'm the only one when it comes to this, but I thought Texas was a country. Yeah, I thought Texas was a country when I was younger, like really young. I was like, just started grade school, I think. Yeah, and I was like, oh my gosh, Texas must be such a nice country to visit and everything. And then when we started learning about states in grade school, that was when I was like, oh, Texas is a state. It's not a country. It's okay. You know, I feel like for kids, it's okay to make those kinds of mistakes because, you know, you just always wonder what's this and what's that. And you don't learn it until you hit a certain age. So I think that's okay. But let me know what you think. Like, were there other things that you believed in as a kid and now you like finally know as an adult? You know? The next question is, what's the last thing you Googled? The last thing I Googled was all you can eat. What is it? All you can eat near me. I just wanted to know what other restaurants are out there near me that are all you can eat, because there's one thing that you need to know about me is that I like all you can eat places. I think that's like a really good, hold on, I have dog hair. Okay. I think it's a really good opportunity to take to try out new cuisines and get your fill for the price, you know what I mean? That's just my opinion. I know all you can eat culture there's a lot of overeating and whatnot now, but we don't go out to all you can eat that often. It's just usually on weekends when we want to just indulge a little bit. That's when we will do that. But yeah, all you can eat, great place to just go and try it out. Like, I was looking online and there's like a Indian restaurant near us that does like a lunch buffet, so that's really good to try out their restaurant and if you like their food. And then also, you know, it's good too when family visits and you can just bring them to all you can eat so that people can just eat as much as they want without having to worry about, you know, price per plate kind of thing. I don't know, what do y'all think? What do you think about all you can eat restaurants and all you can eat culture? I tend to like it because I come from a family that doesn't have a whole lot of money, and so whenever there's all you can eat, it excites us because we can eat as much as we want and not feel bad about it. I just crossed myself. And we can pick what we want to eat, not having to worry about our parents' wallets and whatnot. And it was like a whole family thing where we would get excited to go to like China buffet to celebrate one of our birthdays, because that was where you can eat as much as you want. There's that variety there for you and whatnot. So I grew up on all you can eat restaurants, stuff like that. Now, when it comes to like bougie, all you can eat, like fogo de chao, you know, all you can eat barbecue or whatever, I didn't grow up on that. I grew up on Chinese buffet. But because of that, I have learned that if there's all you can eat KBBQ, all you can eat hot pot, all of that, I would much rather do that than dine in and pay per plate sometimes, because the quantity of food you get for the price is honestly just so good. My brows are not looking matched today. So today we went to Joann's because the location near us is closing down. and there's 10 days left of their closing sale before they actually officially close down. And we found a lot of good things today. I bought a like a storage cart, and then I also bought little foldable collapsible baskets that we can use for the garden. I also bought a outdoor mat, which in Hmong we call lei. So we bought a lei, and that's outside right now, so that way we can sit on the floor and play cards and all of that. And then what else did I get? I got a basket finally. Yeah, let me show you. I got a basket so I can put all my empties in here instead of just putting it in a cardboard box. So I chose something like that. So that way I can just put it in my room and not having to worry about it, because I have so many cardboard boxes right now. Like, if I show you how messy my space is right now, you're gonna be like, oh my gosh, why does your space look like that? But I have a cardboard box here of empties, cardboard box here for like gifts. I have a cardboard box here of all like the things that I gotta recycle and dispose of properly. I have cardboard box behind me. I have my Ipsy cardboard box I gotta get rid of. There's just a lot of cardboard boxes, and it drives me crazy. So I need to get rid of that. I feel a hair. There it goes. That's the thing about having dogs, is that you're always, where is my, oh, it's over there. I don't want to reach over there. It's so far away. I don't want to use my liquid blush because it's so far away. I moved some things for this video so I can make more room on my table where I put my makeup, where I do my makeup. I cannot talk today. And I decided to put the rest of my makeup over there, which is a bad idea, but it is what it is. There's another hair I'm feeling. I swear, like, I feel like some of these videos that I film, they're just, half of the time it's just me taking Ira's hair off my face. Okay, next question is, what's one thing you can't live without? And when I thought about the question, when I thought about how I'm gonna answer these questions, I thought about at the moment, like, what can I not live without at the moment? And I would say my heated blanket. I have a lot of pain, like muscle pain, joint pain and everything, and I get cold really easily too, like even in the summertime. So it's important for me to have a blanket. And ever since I got a heated blanket as a white elephant gift a couple years back, I have been using it nonstop to manage my pain. And so it's been really, really, really great. It's sitting on my couch right now. I'm thinking about putting it away just because it's going to be the warmer months and I can pull out just a regular blanket, because a regular blanket can, you know, keep me warm. I don't necessarily need the heat, but it's just my muscle and joint pain is so unexpected that if I put it away, I'm afraid that I'm gonna need to manage the pain a different way. I do have a heating pad, but it's a very small heating pad, and so it's not gonna be able to like relieve all of my pains on my body, because I can feel pain like in my legs and my hips. I get a lot of cramps and everything, so my heated blanket is what is kind of keeping me together these days. Oh, I can't live without a sunscreen anymore. When I was younger, I tried to put sunscreen on, and I think it's just the quality of the sunscreen that we get here in the US. It's just not the best. So I didn't like applying sunscreen growing up. And then when I entered my college days, I tried sunscreen, but I just couldn't find one that worked for my skin. So I hardly ever wore sunscreen on my face. When it comes to the body, I'm pretty good at it. It's just like the face, man, the face. But now I discovered Asian sunscreen, and I will not go back, honestly. I will not, because it's just so good. It works for my skin. I don't know why I'm talking about this, but it works with my skin, and now that I discovered it, I can't go a day without sunscreen, even if I'm just staying in. I used to be able to be okay to just no sunscreen when I'm staying in, but you know, taking the dog out and everything, that's a daily thing. So I tend to put sunscreen on every morning, even when I don't have when I don't put makeup on, or when I don't have makeup on, or I don't have plans to go outside, I still put it on because I will need to take Ira out to walk or use the bathroom. So that's kind of helped a little bit. I don't know, let me know what are some things that you cannot live without. Either if it's a holy grail, if it's a habit, an item that has helped you with your life. Let me know, because I'm interested. I'm nosy. Okay, I feel like there's another hair somewhere. I can feel it. I just can't find it or see it. Next question is, what's a day in your life really like? And let's see. I'm gonna talk about my work day, I guess. So on the work day that I am not in the office and I am at home, I wake up, I, you know, put on my makeup, I drink my coffee at the same time. I listen to either podcasts or I watch YouTube videos. A lot of the time it's probably like makeup videos, or like drama channels. What other things do I like? Yeah, stuff like that, or like watching videos of like experts talking about certain things. There's that too. How do I look? I feel like this side is more bronze than this side. So that's what I like to do in the morning, and then after I'm done, then I will sit down and do my work, which I usually do my work in the living room. I like sitting on the floor. I just feel like that's the most comfortable and the most productive places in the living room right now, because it's a mess in here and I can sit on the floor and snuggle and cuddle with Ira while I get some work done. And then I will get ready for the day, as in like look at my planner, look at what I need to do. If I have morning meetings, then I would get ready for that first, and I will just work. I would put on things on the TV, so project pan stuff, makeup stuff, food stuff, yeah, and I will put that in the background. If I really need to focus, I would put some music on instead, and I usually do like instrumental music, or like music in languages I don't understand, so K-pop or Chinese pop or Thai pop, stuff like that. So yeah, there's that. And then of course I would take lunch, most of the time, not gonna lie, as at least 3 out of the 5 days of work, I do a working lunch where I'm eating my lunch but I'm also working. Yeah, so most of the 3 out of the 5 days I do like a working lunch, because there are some times times where a meeting is during lunch hours, 12 to 1, and so I would work through lunch if there are meetings like that, or presentations or workshops or trainings. So yeah, there's that. When I am not doing a work lunch, I will actually close my work laptop, put that aside, and enjoy my lunch and enjoy an episode of a show or a video that I've been wanting to watch, but I want to pay attention to the video. And then I will watch that during my lunchtime. I would get some air on the patio, and whatnot. Or if there are some house chores that I want to get done and I know I can't after work because I'll be too tired, that is when I am like a little bit more productive. So I will try to get that done during the lunch hour. And then after the lunch hour is done, if I have meetings, of course I'll attend that. Otherwise, I will start to think about what else can I finish from now until the end of the day, and then plan for the next day. So I'll write my to-do list and everything. Of course, after work, then I will do like dinner and everything. I've been trying to go to the gym 3 times a week with Matt to build up strength. So there are times where I would start to get dinner ready, as in like defrosting things or getting the ingredients out, and then when he gets home we go work out, come back, and then we do dinner together, and then we just chill and do our own thing after dinner. He can go and play his games or watch his stuff, and I'm usually in the living room watching my stuff or doing content creation stuff. Yeah, that is the routine these days. I have another hair. Goodness gracious. It looks like I'm picking my nose on camera, but it's not. It was like right here, you know? I'm really liking my makeup today. I thought I was gonna hate it, but I'm actually really liking my base right now. I don't know if you can tell. I'm gonna play with my Jaclyn Hill palettes instead of my Phase Zero. I had it out here just in case, but I have been playing with this during the week because of course going to the office I have to do more natural looks. Not necessarily, it's not a requirement, but I was doing presentations and stuff and I wanted to look a little bit more professional, you know? So I've been doing more like brown pinks and whatnot. So that is why I am going to just clean. I have to clean my brushes. Honestly, I am going to do a beauty reset day, but it's not going to be a one-day thing. I think I'm going to have to break it into parts, not like video-wise, but like mentality and like to-do wise. Is I'm probably going to have to do like, you know, for example, Monday night, let's do our brushes, and then Tuesday night, let's clean out our empties, and then Wednesday night, let's clean out the makeup, you know, stuff like that. Because my weekends for the month of May, they're not my weekends, honestly. Because there's a lot of things we have to do with family. There's a lot of things that I have to do with Matt to just like, you know, clean the house and everything. So I think for me personally, when it comes to my own spring declutter and my own beauty reset kind of thing, I'm gonna have to plan that on weekdays, just because I know I'm not gonna have time on the weekend to do that. So yeah, I plan to declutter my shoes. I plan to declutter my closet. I know I decluttered before the move here. If y'all didn't see that video, you can go check that out. But I think I gotta declutter again. And then I have to declutter my snack drawer or my snack compartment. There's a lot of snacks in it that I just need to get rid of. Yeah, I need to declutter the kitchen a little bit just to make sure that we have food that are not super expired there, you know? Yeah, it's kind of crazy, you know? It's kind of crazy these days. And like, I need to hurry because summer is approaching, and if I don't get all this done, I won't be able to, because summer is like where the garden is going to be needing a lot of attention. And if I don't manage my time wisely, I'm not going to be able to get all that done before, you know. Yeah. All right. On to the next question. What inspired you to start doing what you do? Let's see. I guess I'll talk a little bit about my profession. I'm not going to go too deep into the details, but what was the question? What inspired me? Okay. So I'm in the health field. Okay. And if you follow my sister channel with my sisters, you'll know a little bit more about my field. But I am in the health field. And so I do public health stuff. And what inspired me was I went to school for nutrition. So I have a nutrition background. I'm not a registered dietitian or anything like that. I didn't go that route. I decided not to. I decided to go a different route with nutrition. So that made me choose public health instead of going towards the registered dietitian route, just because I just felt like that route just wasn't for me, you know? I wanted to do something a little bit more differently than what was kind of predicted for me. I don't want to mess this look up. I kind of want to go in with Living My Best, which is a red. Let's just put a little bit. let's just put a little bit. Oh, okay. That works. Sure, let's do that. Oh, it looks like kind of like more magenta now, I feel like. Okay, I see you. Maybe I darkened it a little too much. But yeah, so I went to public health, and what inspired me to go into public health was I took a microbiology class in my college days, my undergraduate, and I really liked microbiology and the public health aspects of it, and how, you know, it works more with populations versus individuals. And I learned through a lot of my field experience that individual care, not that it's bad, but for me, it's just something that I'm not too passionate about. Like, I'll do it, but will I like it? Would I like to do it for the rest of my life? No, probably not. So I went the public health route so that way I can help more people. I can understand the populations better. I feel like I can be more of an impact that way instead of going the registered dietitian route, which for the most part they train you to do individual care, where you know, do a lot of nutrition counseling and education for the person. And I just knew it wasn't for me, especially since I did a lot of field experience, to be able to like tap into the different fields that nutrition provides or are in. I just found that it just was not the best deal for me. So that's what inspired me, is because the professor did a really good job at teaching microbiology. I really enjoyed the discovery of like emergency response and recovery, and how the public health field have come a long ways and whatnot. There's still work that needs to be done, of course, but from historical events, I think we've come a long way. And so I think that's something that has helped me kind of move into public health instead of just nutrition. So that's what inspired me. And then the next question is, what's one piece of advice you'd give to someone starting out? So if you want to start out in health in general, like whether that's nutrition, medical fields, medical sciences, health sciences, public health, the one general piece of advice that I will give to people starting out is that you set boundaries for yourself. I emphasize that a lot because there are times where I didn't set boundaries for myself, and I took on a lot more than I should have and needed to, and it burned me out. So please do set boundaries for yourself, whether that is like going out with friends, the amount of credits that you're going to take each semester, you know, your responsibilities to your family, your loved ones, you know, just in general, just set boundaries. And that's what I had to do. I had to set my boundaries of like, because out of my circle, I was the only actual science major. And so the way I had to study is completely different from the way they had to study. Their field was very paper oriented and mine was very exam oriented. So I had to really just step up and set boundaries for myself if I want to get good grades, because I knew I was going to go to grad school and I needed to really have a good transcript for that. So I set boundaries for myself where I would be like, I'm studying, I'm sorry I can't come, have fun, you know, stuff like that. Or if it's like, hey, you want to go out to dinner? And if I'm already studying, then I would let them know that I'm studying, like, can we go another time? Otherwise, you can go with whoever that you invited. Stuff like that. You are going to miss out on some things, I'm not gonna lie. But you're learning, like you're learning, your classes are just as important, I would say. They are just as important. And especially if you have friends that are not in the same field, they may not understand that. They may not realize how much you have to prioritize in order to get grades in your program, which is perfectly fine for me. I knew my friends may not understand just how vigorous the courses are for me, how hard the exams are for me and everything. And I don't expect them to know that because they're not in this field for a reason, right? But also because I understand that they have lots of papers. I wanted them to understand that I have a lot of exams as well. And so it kind of worked out, honestly. Like, I didn't go to parties or anything like that. I started to stay in a lot more and just study and whatnot. I learned new studying habits because of that. Do I like this color? Like, it's a little orange. So that's kind of what I did to kind of help me set boundaries for myself. There were also times where there were like obviously group projects and whatnot. And if you are in high school, if you ever have been in a group project where you feel like you're carrying the weight of everyone, girl, trust me, I've been there too. So my boundary was basically like, hey, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, blah, blah, blah. If you need help with your section, let me know ahead of time so that we can all, you know, redelegate and whatnot, blah, blah, blah. Otherwise, I'm just gonna focus on my part. So I was very transparent that way. And when I did have group projects where certain members didn't show up, they didn't come to the meetings, they just kind of BS'd their way through the project, I actually would have to tell the professor that, because I'm like, we're all getting the same grade here. And if we get a bad grade because of you, I'm gonna be really mad. So I'm not a tattletale or anything, but when it comes to my grades, when it comes to my academics, I take it very seriously. So when people don't show up and we all still get the same grade, it really boils my blood, you know what I'm saying? So I would be like, hey, so-and-so have not showed up. We met on this day, we delegated, blah, blah, blah. This is like we were supposed to have check-ins like blah, blah, X amount of times before, you know, the next draft and like I would let the professor know, like, I'm not trying to throw people under the bus. I'm just letting you know that since we are getting the same grade, I want to let you know how people are doing in this project, you know, stuff like that. And for the most part, the professor would understand, because they would understand, because it wouldn't just be me, it would be other people too in my group that would like talk to the professor, and they would like, oh, okay, this person is doing absolutely nothing. Yeah. And then they would show up on the day of the presentation or on the second last day of presentation, where it's like, okay, you know, schedule your times when you're going to present, blah, blah, blah. And then they show up and then they like pretend they did the work. I'm like, bruh, I know you weren't here for the whole freaking month of this. Shoot, like, don't even try with me right now. Anyways, I'm getting too fired up. So set boundaries for yourself to help secure your mental health, for your physical health, your sanity in general, you know, because during the years that I didn't really set boundaries, I felt ill and I couldn't just step away from my responsibilities because I already told people that I would take on that responsibility. So when I had strep throat, I still had to do certain things. I had a fever. I still had to go out and do all these gatherings and all of that. And it took a toll on my body to the point where like I was so tired. I just needed a lot of time to recuperate. So learn from my lesson. Do not do that to yourself, please. Do not. Just set your boundaries. And if you don't know what your boundaries are, the more you learn about yourself, the more you gradually grow in your field or with people around you, you will learn to know what those boundaries are and what you value and what you want people to respect. And you can let them know how you feel that way. I know not everybody's going to respond the same way. Let's just put it that way. It's best that you lay out your boundaries, and if people don't respect it, you at least already told them about your boundaries. You know what I'm saying? Instead of them like, oh, you never told me this. How come you didn't tell me? You could have just told me. You could have been like, well, I did. You just chose to ignore it, you know, kind of thing. And that sounds really mean to say, but, you know, some people are in a point in their life where they just they just need to be stern, right? And I totally get that because they've already been through so much, you know? And so I'm kind of like that too. Why does this eye look so different now? Like, what? I'm putting black on because I wanted to darken it and use up the shade a little bit more. Next question is, what's been your proudest moment so far? Now I'm gonna continue to talk about professional, like some things that are in my professional field, because I don't really have the room to talk about that, right? Of course I could talk it to my partner, but he's my partner and I talk about it all the time, you know? So the proudest moment right now is, of course, y'all probably know, but I went to Texas for a summit. Okay, as someone who developed social anxiety during the Rona, it was really hard for me to network because even during my master's program, a lot of it was virtual, so it was really hard to network. And I kind of lost some of that social networking ability that I was pretty confident in my college days. So I'm pretty proud of myself to just be able to put myself out there and bond more with my colleagues and network with people from different states, from different jurisdictions, and get to know people on a more personal level, connect with them, and just be able to find that kind of common ground with people is something that I really missed. And so I did meet a lot of new people, which I'm really happy about. I'm really proud of myself to be able to do that. I'm gonna put more of therapy sesh on because this look is looking kind of wild, honestly. I don't know what I'm doing anymore. I'm just going with the flow at this point. Oh my gosh, now I covered the black. No. Okay, we got this. So that was probably one of my most recent proudest moments for myself, is that I put myself out there. You know, I didn't just stay the quiet, antisocial Choua at that time. I actually put myself out there. I bonded with a lot of my colleagues. We went out to dinner, got to know each other more on a personal level and not just talk about work and all that. So I feel like I have a stronger bond now, and I have sort of like a work family now at work. So I really like that a lot. And also I learned a lot about things that I didn't know, because public health is just such a broad and massive field, you know, that there's just so much that you can always keep learning about. So as someone who's just started off in public health not too long ago professionally, I learned a lot, and I continue to learn a lot in my job, which I am so grateful for, because not everybody has that opportunity, right? So I'm really glad I was able to do that. And if you ever get a chance to continue to grow yourself and learn more about yourself professionally, go ahead and take that opportunity. You know, take advantage of that, because you're the one that's going to be looking out for yourself. You're the one that's going to be, you know what you're going to be doing in, you know, your career. You know what's going to be best for your future. So go ahead and do that. You know what I mean? Like, there is no time better than you just putting yourself out there, especially during those times where there are people there to network, and it's a norm to network in those events. So go ahead and take advantage of that. Y'all, like, this look is looking fire, but at the same time it's like, what you doing? What you doing? I don't know, what kind of sparkle should I put? Okay, what's next? What does success mean to you? Now, I am almost 30. I'm 28 right now. And what success looks like to me now compared to 5 years ago to even 10 years ago is very different. And I'm sure some of y'all can relate to that. So for me right now, I would say the meaning of success for me right now is to have financial freedom and the ability to enjoy the little things in life. For me, growing up in a household that didn't have much, financial freedom is one of the things that I've always wanted, because it's very limiting when you don't have a secure source of income. And I get that. Okie dokie. Sorry, my battery died because I'm talking for too long, but it's all good. Let me just zoom you in a little bit. Yeah, okay. What was I saying? Oh yeah, because coming from a household that didn't have a lot, it's important for me to kind of measure my success with the financial freedom that I have, because there were a lot of things that I really wanted growing up and I never got to get those things, or I wanted to experience certain things but I was never able to afford them. So that is one thing that really helps me manage my success. And as of right now, I feel like I have come a long way since then, and I want to keep going, right? So that is one way of like how success looks like to me, where I can be financially free enough to purchase things that I've always been wanting to, experience certain things that I never got to, all of that. I just think it's really important to be able to do that. Oh yeah, look at that. That looks great. Oops, I am using the wrong shade. My bad. I tucked my finger into the wrong shade and I didn't even realize it. But you know what? I'm gonna use that wrong shade too because it looks really nice. Next, let's see what else is there. How do you stay motivated during tough times? Now, again, the answer to this question will look different depending on like if you asked me 5 years ago or 10 years ago. But right now, how I manage is that I have this mental outlook of looking forward to tomorrow as a new beginning. I think it's really important to think that, because as someone who suffers from a lot of mental health issues, it's really debilitating to go through days of just feeling like you're just in a ongoing loop, like you're on a replay. Everything's the same. Nothing's going to change and all of that, right? And for me to look at each day as a new beginning, you know, like, oh, I didn't do my laundry today. It's not the end of the world, and tomorrow can be the day where I do my laundry, for example, right? And especially when it comes to work, and especially even just content creation, if I can't do this today, I need to show myself some self-compassion and just move it to the next day, where I will have more of a healthy mental capacity to take on that responsibility and to not punish myself for not doing it today. I used to do that a lot, where if I don't do X, Y, and Z today and I fail at it and I don't do it tomorrow, then I just give up altogether and I don't come around to do that responsibility until like the next week or the next month. It makes me feel even more down, because especially if it's like a chore, you know, a responsibility that I put off for so long, and then I finally do it, I'm like, oh my gosh, this is so easy. Like, why did I do that? You know, that's just my take on it. But of course, everyone has a different outlook on that. But for me, it helps me mentally to think that every day is a new day. And even though today might be the crappiest day, things didn't go my way, I had the worst lunch, you know, everything, I feel the worst, I feel stuffy, my makeup doesn't look good, but tomorrow is another day where you can strive to be your best, you can strive to do your best and correct things that you were not happy about today. You know what I'm saying? So that is something that I have actually looked forward to a lot recently, actually. Also, I guess my current saying these days, or this year for sure, is it is what it is. There are things out there that you just cannot control, you cannot change, and that is the one thing that my therapists have told me, that, you know, control the controllable. So my saying for a lot of things is, especially when I can't control it is what it is, right? Because there are things in life where you cannot control it, but you can control your emotions and how you perceive it, how you decide to go about it, and all of that. You know what I'm saying? So when things occurs, like for example, if I accidentally bought the wrong brand of things, or I brought the wrong flavor of things, I'm like, it's not the end of the world. It is what it is. You'll get the right flavor next time. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not the end of the world. At least that's how I'm perceiving it. And it did take me a long time to actually perceive a lot of things that way. It wasn't always like that. Trust me, it was not always like that. But I'm glad that I'm able to kind of overcome some mental distress and just be able to relax in that way. Okay, so the next question is, what's one trend you secretly love or hate? I think one trend that I secretly hated was the whole Kylie Jenner overlining lips kind of thing. I just think it's because it doesn't look good on everybody, and I don't know, I just didn't think it was a really good trend because people were doing like the whole Kylie Jenner suction thing, which, you know, sucking or cupping, whatever it is. And I just didn't understand it. I just didn't, you know, get on board to why it was so popular. And I also tried to overline my lips too, to see how I look with overlined bigger lips, and it just didn't look good on me either. But yeah, that's just my take. I'm not trying to attack people who are into that trend. Like, if it's a trend for you, you do you, boo, you know. Okay, time to take down the hair. I just put on some tubing mascara because I'm trying to give my lashes a little bit of a break. So tubing mascara is just a little bit more gentle on the eyes. But yeah, that is the look for today. I actually really like this look. What do y'all think? This hair is a little cuckoo, a little flat, but we're just gonna ignore that. I've been sitting here for about an hour and a half just doing makeup and talking to y'all, so I guess I'm all worded out. But anyways, thank you so much for watching. If you like what you see, make sure to like and subscribe. Comment down below on what you would like to see next, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!